Okay, guys, so this is going to be a in-depth tutorial on how to master Jett on Bind. There's a lot of cool tricks you can use on Jett on this map, um, both on attack and defense. I myself am an Immortal Jett player. I play almost exclusively Jett, so I know quite a few things you can do on Jett that a lot of Jett players might not. I guess we can start on defense here. The first thing that you want to learn to utilize on this site, on Bind, is your updraft. So there's a lot of high ground. Generally, the most common spots you can updraft on this site are here and here. You can do this, of course, before the round starts. If you want to op, it's pretty good. If you don't op, it's fine as well. You can just hold this angle here.
Watching here.
People don't generally pre-fire, like, aren't looking up here when they're looking up short or showers, but you have to be careful because you can get shot from either angle if a teammate's not watching both or one or the other. From here, you can see this is a pretty good place to op. So say you want to op, you can come up here before the round starts, hold an angle like this, or even over here if you expect them to come from the left side. And then if you see them, you shoot. Well, you don't want to dash forward, but you can dash to the left or to the right if you want to go U-haul like this. If you either hit or miss the shot. Yeah, these are some really good spots. Other than that, you can use a one-way smoke here for short. And this can be used pretty much anywhere, but you can smoke like this. And they will not be able to see you, and you can see them right here or right here. That's not as good, but you can do it pretty much anywhere throughout A site. Okay, so for attacking on A site on Bind, you can do a couple things on Jett. The main thing I do whenever I'm going A with my team, which means like you're planning on taking the site like quickly. You can go like this,
Blocking sight.
or some variation of these smokes, or you can even smoke here, and then just dash here. Whenever you dash, you want to be aware of this corner right here. And people in U-haul, they can be standing anywhere, like anywhere basically inside of U-haul. But smoking this right here, and then dashing to here allows you to just quickly get better control. And it allows you to hold here and make sure that your team doesn't die from U-haul. You get more control. Sometimes people won't be in here. Often there will be someone in here. You can usually win the fight because people don't expect someone to dash straight into them unless you do it multiple times in a row. That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do, you can smoke these. If they're expecting you to dash here, you can smoke like this. Dash, shift in the smoke. They're going to expect you to be U-haul if you already did it. You can sneak here. Usually your team's going to smoke like right here maybe. You can play around the smoke, play pretty aggressive, or you can go like this and take more fights with people. What I like to do if we have full control of sight, which means we know we've killed everyone unless someone's like hiding or something, I like to walk up here into CT. I guess this really applies to anyone, but you can walk up here to CT. I like to hold this angle because people will rarely check this spot, especially if you're not in like Immortal/Radiant. Even in Immortal, people don't usually check this spot, and you can get a free kill. And if you hear multiple people coming, you can kill one, run back, or dash back. Yeah, you can also updraft into Heaven if you're attacking, which is pretty nice for catching people off guard. You can just wait for them to come up, or you can hold like this angle because people won't be watching this when they come out CT. But yeah, let's move on to B site now. So when you're taking B site, this isn't necessarily exclusive to only Jett, but what I like to do, you can run up to about here, start shift walking here, and then to clear this corner, I like to go like this. Someone can be here, but usually they're going to be sitting here. So you can walk up like this, make sure they're in here. Then as you're clearing this corner, you go like this. Usually have a teammate behind you, or a couple maybe. You can juggle like this. This is also another corner you need to be aware of. People like to cheese here. I know that I do sometimes. So if you're up to this point and everything's clear, your teammates are behind you, your teammates are in hookah, you can smoke like this, and you can really do whatever you want. You can walk up, you can dash in like this. I like to go dash in up like this. And then this, of course, leaves inside of tube if you don't see anyone. But yeah, the smokes like this are really, really good. It's kind of like Brim smoke. These don't last as long anymore, of course, but it allows your team to get on site together so you can better trade. Here's another updraft spot. You can see into CT. If enemies are around here, then they'll hear you. You can also peek elbow like this. If you don't want to dash in a site, you can save your dash, clear elbow for your team as they're planting, and hold it. I like to walk up like this and make sure you're clearing all the corners. And instead of going all the way up to here, you can just hold right here because people don't generally clear this corner. Like if they're walking like this, they're just gonna be like this, and they're just gonna die to you right here because they don't usually expect someone to be here. Some people might, but this is pretty good. If you kill someone here, you can continue pushing, or you can just fall back depending on the situation. But that's pretty good. For clearing U-Haul, hookah, you can usually want to start here, of course. People like to peek here sometimes, not always, but what I like to do is I kind of just like to walk up, because if you make too much noise, then people are going to start rotating. But you clear this like this, because someone could be standing here, so you can pre-aim this spot. Pre-aim, you can maybe be careful here. Someone like to sit close here. And if there's nobody in any of this spots, you can have someone behind this box, so spamming this is pretty good. As far as for smokes, you can go like this. Oops. Smoke CT. You can smoke elbow and I'll keep dashing. And then you can just dash on the same thing from long. You can come onto this crate here. It's really good if people are sitting backside, they're almost never gonna you're almost always gonna have to jump on them, which means you should get the kill like 9 times out of 10. And then if you have full control of sight from here, instead of going elbow, you can sit like this. There's also, you can do like one ways like this. If people don't know that this is a one way or know that you're holding it, then that's just usually going to be a free kill. Yeah, you just have to learn to hide on the one ways. It's not too hard once you get the feel for it. Yeah. You can also play up super aggressive. You can even push CT if you want to, but I usually like to sit here and just wait for them to come out, because people are usually more focused over here when they come out rather than here, because there's a lot of angles they can get shot from. But that pretty much finishes up attacking B sites. So for a defending B site, of course, usually, you can play on site, you can play in garden long, or pushed up long, or in hookah. I usually play in garden or in hookah. So for hookah, there's so many spots you can. So like I said, whenever we were attacking, I kind of showed you what angles to clear. To start off, I like to play either like close here, or like sort of an off angle right here, so that you don't, because people are gonna be looking right here usually, or here. So you kind of get the jump on them. You can even play up here if you want. I don't usually play up here, but it's not a bad spot. Another thing, you can sit on here if you want. It's kind of hard to get as many headshots, but you can use like a judge or a shotgun, like a Bucky or judge, even a shorty here. And if the enemy team, if you kill them as they're climbing hookah, then you're gonna want to change up your position every time. So this is a really good spot to sit, like right behind this box. If you get spammed, it's just kind of unlucky, honestly. But you don't have to play super close. You can play kind of like this. And if they walk in, then if someone clears it, it's unlucky as well. But you can usually get the jump on them, kill 2 or 3. And if you want to start early, you can play aggressive early. You can play here, just jiggle. You don't even need to have your gun out. You can just look if you see anyone, try to fight them. You can also op that angle. People might expect it, but it's something you can do for sure. As far as for garden, I usually sometimes like to sit here. Honestly, you can use a shotgun. You can use a vandal, phantom, whatever. You can have a teammate bait for you from over here, so like shoot or use an ability. The enemies that are coming up from right here will be more focused on the person that used that made noise over there than here. They might still clear this, but you have a definite jump on them. And instead of playing like hiding here, you could play up like this and try like jiggle, if that makes sense, because you'll have a jump on them for sure. And if you want to fight long, this is good too. I do this a lot because you can just tap people. If you're not as comfortable doing that or confident in your aim, then you can just play like this. You can also use an op on Jett here. This is a pretty good angle to hold. Or even over here if you can make it to over here. And then dash away or use TP or whatever. That's it for both sites, but next I have a few updraft spots for this map. Okay, so when I say updraft spots, I'm actually talking about Jett's ult and updraft because it's a really good combination. So for B site, whenever they're planting, you come up on top of this ramp. Make sure you're not dying to right here or getting shot from here. You come up to this ramp, updraft twice, and you have full vision into long. in garden. So this is actually better if they're just starting to come out of a long, but be careful that they're on site. So yeah. You might find it kind of hard to kill people like this, but it's definitely good for getting vision and a potential kill. Other than that, that's about it for Jett's ult updrafts, but there's a few updrafts, like I said earlier. You can updraft here, you can updraft here, you can updraft. This is a really good cheese spot because people don't always clear this, because people aren't always up here. So if the people come out and they aren't like looking at you, you can just wait for more people to come out and just get a free kill on all of them, as well as whoever's planting if they come up from short. This is another one. Let's see. Yeah, making sure you utilize. I mean, like any high ground's good. Like if you're sitting here for whatever reason, like you expect people to TP. There's a few on B site, but they're not as good. That's about it. I mean, just make sure you're just utilizing that to the best of your ability. That about wraps up bind. Just make sure you're using good one-ways once you learn how to use them, because they pretty much get you free kills. Good updraft spots, ult updrafts. If you find any other ones, you know, let me know in the comments. And also making sure to use your dash aggressively is very good, because people don't, especially in lower elos, people don't always expect someone to do this. Like they might hear the dash, but they're not gonna expect you to be in their face like this. Like this is just usually gonna be free kills, and you can do it multiple times in a row, and it's gonna net you free kills almost every time. So yeah, I mean, I hope this helps. Let me know, leave a like, subscribe.